Marriott Bonvoy is the official hotel partner of US Soccer. Join Marriott Bonvoy today to get closer to the game with exclusive perks, unforgettable experiences, and benefits that go beyond the pitch. Spring Hill Suites, part of Marriott Bonvoy, offers complimentary hot breakfast and spacious all-suite accommodations, perfect for the whole team, with room for up to 6 guests. Make your next getaway a win. Learn more at springhillsuites.marriott.com.
Happy holidays! Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy Holiday.
Now tuned into the greatest.
So when that bag come, I won't fumble. I'm just stacking on the low, but hey, I'm tired of being humble. Let me get to it. That motivation music. Get control of your life, don't let nobody else do it. Cause and I gon' have matching Ep.522s cruising. Feel like you winning on the ground.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. Now, I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast, a community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you disagree with, you like or you dislike, or you just want to go ahead and get one of your hot takes off, hit us up on the voicemail line, 219-413-9405. And of course, we will play your take back on our next episode. And then shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. Get $20 off of your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code The Run Podcast. Now, this code can only be applied for first-time users on the mobile app or website, so don't know about you, but basketball season is rolling strong right now, and you should definitely go ahead and create that account, use that promo code, or even if you're going to a concert or something like that, use that promo code, save yourself $20 by making that account and using that promo code. All right, anyway, you could go to Atlanta Falcons game. I'm sure tickets are dirt cheap right now. However, the Falcons, they ended up winning over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I am very shocked about. I didn't expect this to happen on this Thursday night. I honestly thought the Falcons was going to go out there and embarrass all Falcons fans and the organization. However, there was some embarrassment there, but above all, they ended up winning the ball game, and I'm kind of shocked about it. They won 29-28. A last-second field goal gave them the win. Now, Falcons, they're going to move to 5-9 as the Buccaneers now move to 7-7. So it'll be interesting here, but this was the largest comeback win since 2018 for the Atlanta Falcons, and this win here is going to help the actual Carolina Panthers get in the playoffs because they're the ones competing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we'll see what happens with that in the NFC South. Also, the Falcons, they came back, man. They were down by 14 and in the fourth quarter. So they were trailing 28-14 just in the fourth quarter, which is why it was such a large comeback win. Somehow they rallied away and ended up winning. But I just knew it was over with. I had no faith, honestly, in this team after watching them do what they've been doing all season long. I just knew it was going to be over with. But the Falcons, they won 2 of their last 9 games, including this game against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And to kind of backtrack a little bit of everything that happened in this game that I kind of wanted to explain and just harp on a little bit more. So, starting from the 2-minute drill here, this was actually no. Before we even do all of that, let's start from the very top. First, this was one of the most sloppiest football games that I've witnessed all season. And to me, I've watched the Falcons play bad multiple times this season, but oh my gosh, 19 penalties against you. It's no way the Falcons should have won this game. If anything, the largest takeaway from this whole entire Thursday night football game between Buccaneers and Falcons is the Falcons are not a good football team. We see the mental errors that was there. We've seen the just stupid penalties that was there, from holding, from offsides, to just every little simple thing that shows the lack of discipline from this Atlanta Falcons team. This team is extremely undisciplined, and it was just very, very disgusting to watch from a good football perspective. However, so yes, the Falcons are bad. Clearly, they did show that, even though they ended up winning this game. But the largest takeaway is really the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are also bad, too. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are also a bad football team, because when you put the other thing in perspective, or when you put this into perspective, the Buccaneers just lost to a team that had 19 penalties against them. They were also trailing 28-14 in the fourth quarter. So they gave up 14 points in one quarter. Like, it was very bad. I mean, we've seen multiple times with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the offensive line just collapsed. Baker Mayfield, he didn't really have a lot of time to throw. And then ultimately, when Baker Mayfield did have time to throw, he wasn't on his A game. He was throwing it way over receivers, way ahead of them, way under them. He was just throwing hospital balls. Mike Evans, like it was rough, man, for both teams on this game. We definitely caught a glimpse of some bad football for Thursday night matchup, but above all, I think the largest takeaway, rather than whatever the Falcons did, was that the Buccaneers, who are a potential playoff team, really just fumbled the bag. And they're not a good football team, man, because to lose to a team with 19 penalties and where you have the lead, it just doesn't make sense at all. And there was multiple fumble recoveries that for some reason the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not recover. So that's the pivotal takeaway from this, is the Buccaneers are not a good football team. And it's very sad to say that they were once a lead in the division, because that just shows how trash this division is and how winnable this division was for the Atlanta Falcons coming into this season. Granted, if they played a little bit better, had more discipline, and just a lot of other things that were better in this game against the Buccaneers, but also just have been worse throughout the season. So that's first and foremost. Definitely a rough game all around for both of these football teams here. Now, I kind of want to fall back into the penalties and all, because we witnessed a lot of penalties happen. And the penalty that really I kind of want to key in on was 2-minute drill, bottom of the game. Kirk Cousins and the Falcons offense are going down here to score or kick a field goal, possibly win a game. We had a game-winning drive. We got the three and out stop, so we get the ball back. Cool. And we're going on this drive. At one point during the game, I believe, and I have to double check just to be 100% positive, but at one point, we were 2nd and 18. Now, this is already bad territory here. 2nd and 18. You don't want to be on that type of time when you're in a game-winning drive. But ultimately, we got another penalty that put us back to 2nd and 28. So not only are we just shooting ourselves in the foot the whole entire game, this Falcons offense was just looking, I mean, it did look better thanks to Kyle Pitts. He went off. I mean, he had a tremendous game, but ultimately it was just still very sloppy from the offensive perspective and also from the defensive perspective. I mean, I'll break down some of the things that happened in the defensive perspective as well, but statistically on the offense, it doesn't look like the Falcons had a bad game, because Kirk Cousins almost threw for 400 yards. We've seen Kyle Pitts have a breakout game, almost 200 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. Bijan Robinson was 7 yards short of 100 rushing. So statistically, this looks like, oh, it was a pretty good game. The Falcons did good. But ultimately, a lot of the issues that has been lingering all through the season has not been corrected, and it's continued to haunt us even in this game here. One, the lack of discipline. We see 19 penalties with this Atlanta Falcons team. They looked awful. 2 third down conversions, 5 for 11 on third down conversions. Some of the play calls on third down was nasty. Some of the execution on third downs was just disgusting as well. But ultimately, the Falcons still could not find a rhythm on third down in terms of getting the ball to the first down marker. Like it was bad on that part of the offense. And the one thing that I really noticed with this Falcons offense is it's not even like, oh, they're cooking up plays to make it easier for the players. A big part for me, I genuinely feel like a good offensive coordinator is going to make the game easy for his players. He's going to make sure his players can get the ball in open space, especially the skill guys and the guys with the most talent. The Falcons do not do that. They run plays and they heavily rely on their star players to just make something happen with a lot of these plays. The runs that Bijan Robinson had in this game were self-created. A lot of those were self-created. Obviously, he had, 4 linemen blocking for him, but some of these plays, the linemen whiffed on blocks, didn't get anything, and Bijan is just very talented enough where he's still able to make a play. This is why I say Bijan Robinson is the best running back in the NFL, because a lot of guys have a better O-line than he does, and they're getting a good push where he can go and get maybe the first down. But Bijan, a lot of these opportunities he's creating is on himself. These flat route passes he's catching, these swing passes he's catching, just the check downs, all of these type of passes that he's getting and turning into 10-yard gains, turning into 15-yard gains. This is all self-sufficient for Bijan Robinson in terms of what he's doing. The offensive coordinator is not making the game easy. He has to break at least 2 or 3 tackles before he can go 10 yards. And that's not a good job from the offensive coordinator. And to me, as an offensive coordinator, you're supposed to make the game easier for your guys. Now, there was some times we've seen the game come easy for Kyle Pitts, which I love, because Kyle Pitts had a magical night, man. I don't know what it is about Tampa Bay. Kyle Pitts always shows up when he plays in Tampa Bay. Last year, he did the same thing. That was the first time we seen him kind of splurge last season. But this season, same exact thing. He thrives in Tampa Bay. I don't know why, but for some reason, that man goes crazy. But he had some great catches there. I mean, he balled out. We seen him reach a glimpse of his full potential. And it saddens me to say this, but I think, it's going to suck when Kyle Pitts goes to the Eagles next year and he's really balling out and having just spazzing on the offense there. Because I know Atlanta's probably not going to re-sign him, especially for the money that he's going to ask for and that he deserves. But I mean, hey, I'll be happy for him once he goes to Philly or he goes to Kansas City or wherever Kyle Pitts might end up landing. I'll be very happy for him. But hopefully it's in the AFC somewhere. Send him to the Texans or something to go play with C.J. Stroud. Give him some more options over there. I would personally love that, but I doubt the Falcons end up keeping Kyle Pitts. I just know it's not going to happen. Other than that, let's go to the defense. So offense, they look good statistically, but they didn't really show up the best. On the defense, there was also some issues. The first issue here on the defensive side, Kobe White and Mike Evans. Kobe White? That's crazy. I mean, Kobe Bryant. A lot of people want to clown Kobe Bryant about what he was doing with Mike Evans, but you just got to keep in mind, man, 85% of the league of corners is going to get cooked by Mike Evans. So for Kobe Bryant to go out there, hold his own, have a couple of pass breakups. Yeah, he got beat a couple times by Ibukah and Mike Evans, but ultimately it's not that bad. He came up, he made some great tackles. He was good there for run support. Like, I thought Kobe Bryant did a pretty damn good job, especially considering, he's a young, talented corner, and he's guarding someone like Mike Evans, who is going to bully a majority of people who are in front of him. So, yeah, he struggled, but let's keep that in mind. And I think there is a future for him in this league for sure, without a single doubt. So, other than that, I thought the secondary for the Atlanta Falcons did not play well. The secondary as just a unit struggled at times. We gave up a lot of passes to Baker Mayfield and those receivers. Baker Mayfield was almost at 300 yards. He did have an interception thanks to D. Alford on the Falcons defense. But above all, Mike Evans had 132 yards. He just splurged on his first game back, 6 receptions. Ibukah, he had 64 yards, and he kind of did his thing, had some good catches there. And the run support, the run defense was obviously still needs a lot of work, as we've been saying for some time here. But with this defense, man, I look at some of our key guys. Kaden Ellis, he did his thing on defense. I loved what I seen from Kaden Ellis, being that run support, filling those gaps and just being there to help out. He was huge for this Atlanta Falcons defense, even though the Bucs continue to run over us. But a guy that I was disappointed in the secondary was A.J. Terrell. I was very disappointed in A.J. Terrell. Now, A.J. Terrell, this is a dude we seen last week. We kind of had to scratch off some of the errors that he had last week. He got beat multiple times by a great receiver in JSN. This week, he continues on, has another great matchup in Mike Evans, which is tough. But he got beat multiple times by Mike Evans. And not even I'm not even upset that he got beat by Mike Evans and Ibuka, because these are great receivers that A.J. Terrell was guarding. The thing I'm upset about is that A.J. Terrell had 5 penalties just on his own, with holding and just bogus calls. Some of these calls were necessary. There was maybe 1 or 2 where it was like, okay, refs are kind of tweaking a little bit on this holding call. But there was definitely some where it's like, all right, you got to lock in A.J. Terrell. So 2nd week in a row, he did not play good. And again, credit to him, the entire secondary didn't really play good. A lot of big plays was blown, and I cannot wait to break down the film of this. But there was a lot of things with this Atlanta Falcons secondary that didn't look good. But ultimately, they got stops when they needed to. We got an interception that helped us out down the line. And, you know, when it was time to lock in on a game-winning drive to stop Baker Mayfield, the Falcons did it. So I was happy about that. And in total, you know, I'll leave you guys with this. And I think about this with the Falcons team. So now the Falcons, we moved to what? 5-9. 5-9. Still no playoff dreams. We're still playing spoilers for any other team that we face. Coming into this game, I kind of wanted the Falcons to lose just because I'm ready to get them. Coming into this game, I wanted the Falcons to lose because I want them to fire Raheem Morris. I wanted them to expedite the process of firing Raheem Morris. I don't want him to be the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons anymore. So the more they lose, the hotter the seats get, and the more that he may lose his job. So with the Falcons winning, I really don't know how to feel. I don't know if I want to celebrate. I don't know if, you know, it's a good thing, if it's a bad thing, like, because now if the Falcons end up winning out and flip this thing to a 7-9 season or 8-9 season, then maybe the whole Raheem Morris conversation is going to look different. And that's the last thing I want, is for the conversations of the Falcons head coach and offensive coordinator to look different from what they are right now. These guys are not good coaches leading this NFL team of the Atlanta Falcons. You got the locker room split in 2. A lot of guys are sticking with players. A lot of guys you got the players sticking with the players right now in the locker room, and you have the coaches sticking with the coaches. So I'm just not really. I just don't know how to feel with the Falcons winning right now, man. And it's a little weird because, you know, it's weird, man, because I don't want that man to be the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. So it's rough. We'll see what happens. Other than that, it was a solid game for the most part. Definitely a weird game, sloppy game from both sides, but I'll put it this way, man. I always cheer for the Falcons to win. I'm happy the Falcons. I don't know if I want to be happy or not, but I know the following weeks, the upcoming games that they have on the schedule, 3 more. Cardinals, which is a very winnable game. Rams, I don't even want to give them a chance, but sometimes for some reason the Falcons play really good against these other good teams. That's another thing, playing to the level of their competition. Maybe we've seen them do that way too much so far this year. So we got Cardinals, Rams, and Saints. If we win any other game the rest of the year, I just want it to be the Saints. You know, as I said, I don't know how to feel about the Falcons winning games right now because I want them to expedite the process of firing Raheem Morris. But looking at the schedule, Cardinals, Rams, Saints, I do want to win that Saints game. I ain't gonna lie to you. If we lose any game, I just don't want it to be against the Aints. All right, like, you know, I still want to fire Raheem, and I don't want this whole narrative to turn around about Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson of, oh, maybe give him one more year. That's the absolute last thing I want to see. But I definitely want to win against the Aints in the last game. Yeah, and if we could fire Raheem Morris before that, that would be lovely. That would be lovely. But again, I just don't know how I feel about winning games at this point because I don't need that narrative to shift at all from Raheem being fired and in a hot seat to, oh, maybe we should give him 1 year. And damn sure don't want that to be the case with offensive coordinator Zach Robinson. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Other than that, man, look, that's all I got, man. We got just this Falcons recap. It's a lot of other great games coming on the weekend, but I'm not even going to bother breaking those down because I don't want to have to do it. So it's no point, man. I would never. You guys don't deserve a half-ass pod. So today is just for the Falcons fans, man. It's just for the Dirty Birds. Other than that, man, look, some great matchups coming up, and I am going to be watching football, and I'll explain it come next week. I'm going to leave y'all on a positive note, and the positive note is going to be continue to put one leg in front of the other. That's it. Just continue to put one leg in front of the other. even when things seem like it's the worst situation ever, life is going to continue to go. So I'm going to leave it at that. Other than that, man, that's all I got for you guys. We'll be back later on next week, and so on and so on and so on.
Marriott Bonvoy is the official hotel partner of US Soccer. Join Marriott Bonvoy today to get closer to the game with exclusive perks, unforgettable experiences, and benefits that go beyond the pitch. Spring Hill Suites, part of Marriott Bonvoy, offers complimentary hot breakfast and spacious all-suite accommodations, perfect for the whole team, with room for up to 6 guests. Make your next getaway a win. Learn more at springhillsuites.marriott.com.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening. Happy holidays! Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy Holiday.